Not in here all the time, please.
I'll try.
I'll be right first. Cheers.
Er det mig, der starter?
Ja, fuck up.
Can I go first? Thank you.
Hey Brian.
Hello, Brian.
Må jeg starte med at spørge til Jasper Hansen? Har du en status på ham?
I would like to ask about Jasper Hansen. What's his status? Well, Jesper is here with us, and he'll be training with us tonight as well, and then we'll know more after the training session.
Okay, så det er touch and go til kampstart i morgen, som det ser ud lige nu, eller hvad?
So you're still not 100% sure whether he'll be able to play? Yes, that's the case.
Hvad betyder for dig, hvis du ikke får ham klar?
What would it mean if he weren't ready? Well, it would mean we'd have to field another keeper. But how much of a difference would that make? We spoke about it as well after the Brøndby game. Well, that's hard to say. I am very happy with Jesper, no doubt about that. He's been performing at a very high level for several years, but we also know that our spare goalkeeper Mikkel has always performed well when we've needed him. We saw that this Saturday as well. So I'm confident that Mikkel will do a good job as well. What's your gut feeling before this game, now that you'll be playing at this legendary stadium with one of the biggest teams in Europe? I have a good feeling. We're all very much looking forward to playing. Tonight we'll see the pitch and the stadium, then we'll have a team meeting tonight, and then we'll prepare like we always do and get a good night's sleep. What will it take to obtain a good result here? Well, it will take a lot, as Eric also mentioned. We need to get used to this high-speed play, the intensity in the Champions League. And we need to be able to remain confident and calm. It's more difficult here in the Champions League than it is in the Danish Superliga. So any player will have to prepare mentally. And there's no doubt that defensively, we will have to stay compact and work hard for each other, no doubt. Hello, Brian. My name is Dan Sørensen. What has been your main concern since the game against Atalanta? I realize, of course, the game against Brøndby has been important, but what have you been thinking about since that game? Well, so little time has passed since the Brøndby game. So now we've been focused on learning from that game, because I know we'll need to learn from our mistakes. Then, of course, there are individual issues regarding different players that we have to solve. And today is already Monday. So now the game against Liverpool is less than 24 hours away. So we're looking forward to that now. The games are very close in this. So it's not a lot that you have time to think about in between games. Not any more so than usually anyway. We have to figure out which team we're going to field and prepare for the game. Could you specifically talk a little bit about how you are preparing for this game against Liverpool? Do you think you're going to be playing a different way than you did against Atalanta? Well, to some extent. In a lot of ways, I was quite happy with our performance against Atalanta, which might sound a bit strange when we lost 4-0 and gave away quite a lot of chances. But seeing the game again, you notice a lot of positive tendencies as well. The problem is we made way too many mistakes, which is unacceptable in the Superliga and most definitely as well in the Champions League. But if we're able to learn from our mistakes and be more cynical in the way that we defend and make sure that if we give away any space, it should be for the wings and not in the center of the pitch. Hello, Sammy again. You had a game Saturday where you were behind, trailing by 2-0. But then you managed to make an incredible comeback. How can that help you in the game on Anfield. We can definitely take a lot of positivity out of the winning mentality that we had. As you said, we didn't play too well during the first hour, but when it came down to it, the team fought hard and delivered and gave everything they had. And of course, when you score a last-minute winning goal, that's quite a moral boost for the whole team. It showed us that we are a strong team and that we really can perform well even against good teams. We need to remember that. There's no doubt that we are the underdogs, and we're going to keep being the underdogs for the remaining Champions League fixtures. But we have a lot of faith in ourselves, in our qualities, in our individuals, as well as in our team. So now we must focus on delivering throughout 90 minutes and hopefully obtaining a good result. You can't always be the only deciding factor in that, because you might face a team that plays magnificently, but we'll try our best. I also asked Eric this question. You had a rough game against Atalanta, which is a team probably not as well known in Denmark as Liverpool is. We expect Liverpool to be a more difficult opponent, and then Ajax in the third game. Are you afraid of ending up at the very bottom of the group? No, we're not afraid of anything, but we have to remain realistic, of course. We didn't have the best draw, and that's always the case when you have the first group stage draw in the Champions League. You'll be seated in the very bottom, which always means that you can end up facing the very best of teams. But we definitely are not afraid of anything. We will remain optimistic for every single game. We have faith in our abilities, and we know that to obtain good results here in the Champions League, we'll have to perform at a maximum level, every single player. Hello, Brian. Klaus Elon here. In the Atalanta game, you had some problems with Papa Gomez, who was playing right behind the attackers. Liverpool doesn't have that type of midfielder who is dedicated in that specific role. How are you deciding to play a flat 3 position in the midfield like you did in the qualification stages? Or are you going to be playing the same way you did it against Atalanta? Well, both formations are a possibility. We had some success against young boys with the same formation that we fielded against Atalanta, and then we played 4-3-3 in Prague. And that's definitely also a possibility tomorrow. In the end, it will be about our energy and our performance on the day, and how we learn from our recently gained experiences from the Atalanta game. Looking over the game again, we have quite a lot of possession just before we conceded those goals, which means that we had some ball losses that were unacceptable. There's no doubt that our organization and our defensive will be key in this game. But we have the same mindset as always. We're going to focus on keeping the ball away from our own goal and try to stress the opponents as much as possible. We'll try the same tomorrow against these high-quality players. Then one. Hello, Brian. A year and a half ago, you took over Midtjylland, and things have progressed very fast. Tomorrow you'll be standing next to Jürgen Klopp on Anfield. Could you tell us a bit about the journey that you've been on in this last year and a half? I think that's one of the most difficult questions to answer. It's not something I think a lot about. I'm not really thinking about my own career in the sense that my focus is on getting the team to perform. Every single day, I wake up and I think about how to do my job the best way possible. Nothing has changed today. Nothing will change in that regard tomorrow. It doesn't matter who's next to me or who we're playing. That's really not the most important thing to me. Our goal is to perform at our highest possible level as a team. That's the most important thing for me. Never really paid that much attention to our opponents, the teams that we face. Here we're playing a huge team, and obviously it's a big experience for me and for the rest of the team. That being said, it's all about delivering on the night, doing as well as you can, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. That's all. Det er alt, hvad jeg havde tid til denne